Hello, good day. My name is Omolola, and on this call, I have with me Flora, Varon, and Precious. So we've worked together on our OBHR project, and we picked an article titled Meta-Analysis of Emotional Intelligence and Work Attitude, and by Mayo et al. 2017. And the OBHR topic we linked the article with is work emotion, attitude, and motivation. So basically, the article has been able to establish the fact that emotional intelligence directly impacts on how employees in an organization behave and how it motivates them, leading to staff retention for the organizational success. So my team member Varon is going to talk more on the article. Thank you.
So hi guys, I'm going to talk about the purpose of our presentation. So it is to evaluate key arguments from the article of emotional intelligence and its impact on workplace emotion, attitudes, and motivation. So the core focus area for me will be relationship between emotional intelligence and job satisfaction. Emotional intelligence, predictive value over cognitive ability and personality traits and the role of emotional labor in moderating emotional intelligence impact on job satisfaction, the gaps in the study, including the influence of organization culture and leadership. So firstly, I'm going to talk about the key findings from the article. So emotional intelligence and job satisfaction, they are both interlinked. The article establishes a strong positive correlation between emotional intelligence and job satisfaction. Employees with higher emotional intelligence experience fewer negative emotion, better workplace behavior, and stronger work engagement. The emotional intelligence helps in managing workplace stress, leading to a greater job fulfillment and resilience. Then we talk about incremental validity of emotional intelligence. In this, emotional intelligence is proposed to be a better predictor for job satisfaction than cognitive ability and personality traits. The article claims that traditional predictors like IQ and personality do not fully explain variations in job satisfaction, whereas emotional intelligence adds significant explanatory power. Then we talk about mediation effects of state effect and job performance. In this, state effect mediates the relationship between emotional intelligence and work attitudes. The employees with higher emotional intelligence have regulate emotions leading to better performance and attitudes in workplace. Then we talk about emotional labor as a mediator. In this, the article highlights that emotional labor demands like a job requiring emotion regulations, example, customer service jobs, roles, or moderate the relationship between emotional intelligence and job satisfaction. Employees in high emotional labor job benefit more from emotional intelligence in terms of job satisfactions. Then we are going to talk about agreement with the article's finding. So firstly, we talk about the emotional labor theory and workplace behavior. In this, the supports the Hochschild emotional labor theory. Employees regulate their emotions to meet the organizational expectation. High emotional intelligence employees are better at emotional regulation, leading to fewer conflicts and higher satisfaction in jobs. Then we talk about meta-analysis validity. In this, the findings from the writer align with the existing research on workplace psychology. The conclusion that high emotional intelligence individual have fewer negative emotion and exhibit pro-social behavior in well-supported way. And then we talk about practical implication on organizations. Organizations should incorporate emotional intelligence training into leadership development programs to enhance workplace culture. High emotional intelligence employee contributes to better team dynamics, reduced burnouts, and improved employee retention. Criticism and areas for further evaluation. So in this, we talk about industry-specific variations in emotional labor. In this, we talk about the moderating effect of emotional labor on emotional intelligence, job satisfaction, relationship may differ across the industries. It depends on the job. Like Frontline services jobs versus corporate roles, the emotional labor demands vary, making emotional intelligence influence context dependent. Or when we talk about oversight and organizational culture and leadership. In this, the writer argues that workplace attitudes are strongly shaped by organizational culture and leadership style. The article does not account for how leadership support and company culture influence emotional intelligence impact. Example, a high emotional intelligence employee in a toxic work culture may still experience dissatisfaction despite of emotional regulations. So now my teammate Flora is going to take over from here.
Thank you so much, Baron. My name is Flora Izogie, and I'll be speaking on additional scholarly support for this article. In our research, we found several articles that has shown support to this article, emphasizing the relationship between emotional intelligence and workplace behavior, job satisfaction, and organizational commitment. From as far back as the 1990s, there has been research promoting emotional intelligence as an important factor in professional success, both in the business and academic level. In their article in 2004, Zedner, Matthew, and Robert actively supported the importance of emotional intelligence and directly links it as a significant requirement for good leadership in any organization. A leader that is emotionally intelligent will be able to manage not only his emotions but that of the employee, but and also would go as far as motivating them and solving complex disagreements among workers. They agreed on their article that the ability to manage and handle stress is directly linked to emotional intelligence, which helps employees' performance and job satisfaction. Emotional intelligence plays a key role in teamwork by strengthening conflict resolution among team members. They concluded that emotional intelligence correlates and is significant with employees' attitude, emotions, and motivation, which contributes to the success of the employee and organizational goals. In 2019, Reza et al. Conducted a longitudinal study of the role of emotions in workplace performance and motivation. In their article, they discovered that positive emotions facilitated by high emotional intelligence has a large impact in job performance and organizational commitment. This aligns with our choice article that emotional intelligence has a positive impact on work attitude. In 2024, Wang et al. Agrees that employees with high emotional intelligence are more inclined to form emotional ties to their organization because they can handle the workplace stress and relationship people much more adeptly. Ashankare described the workplace as an emotional place which determine or influence the relationship the employees have with others. His work also stated that emotional intelligence has an impact in organizational profitability. What does it mean? It means that the higher the emotional intelligence, the higher the profitability of the organization. The article concludes that emotional intelligence is important in workplace success and should be integrated in the hiring process, in the leadership development, and in performance evaluation. However, Kamali and Javahi in 2024 and also Zhu et al. In 2025 noted that not only emotional intelligence, but factors like job design and leadership styles and work culture could further clarify reasons behind turnover intentions. Thank you. So we'll listen to Omolola as she tells us the strengths and the weakness of this article.
Okay. Thank you, Flora. So I'm going to be talking about the strengths and weaknesses of the article, and I'll be starting with the strengths. So the article has been able to pull resources from various research work and also various some scholars work. So by doing this, it has given us a comfort zone that the author has done his due diligence in establishing the fact that emotional intelligence is directly linked to job satisfaction, motivation, and organizational success. So, in doing this, the author was not biased in any specialty or any specialty of each article that he used in establishing his facts. He ensured that he generalized and generalized by establishing the fact that emotional intelligence is actually linked to organizational success and job satisfaction of the employees in an organization. So another strength of the article is that the author has been able to link emotional intelligence on how human resource management can actually use it in strategizing on their retention of staff, recruitment processes, and also staff motivation, and which adds to the organizational success and also ensure that the person that is fit for a role in an organization is being kept there for organizational productivity and success of the organization. So I'm going to be moving on to the weaknesses. So one of the weaknesses of the article is that the author was not able to tell us how the link between emotional intelligence and job satisfaction works across various industry level and also organizational setting. So what do I mean by industry level? Like let's say, for example, a technological company that interpersonal relationship is like close to zero. How do we establish that emotional intelligence impacts on such employees' job satisfaction and leads to motivation for them? So we could not establish that. And also we could not establish the fact that organization that adopts hierarchical style of culture, how does emotional intelligence impact on employees of such organization? So another weakness of the article is that we could not establish that um, the period of time in which the research of the article was done was not over a different period of time. Like it was just done for a short while. We could not establish if any change affects emotional intelligence being linked to job satisfaction directly or indirectly. Like, how do we tell that if there is an economical change, political change, or any external change, how does it affect the fact that emotional intelligence is being linked to job satisfaction? So, my team member Precious is going to be telling us about our recommendation in conclusion. Thank you. You're muted.
Thank you, Lola. My name is Precious Ogonayawachukwu. I'm going to talk about the recommendation for organizational growth and employee retention and inclusion. We need the organization needs to adopt this training, emotional intelligence training for workers, for leaders, for the employees and leaders. This will help the employees to manage their emotion, to be able to work effectively with in their emotion, and even in their workplace, to manage stress in their workplace. Another thing is organizations should consider the psychological safety of the employees. When organization enhance employees, when organization enhance emotional intelligence training and the workers are being trained, it will help them to have this psychological safety, and they will be able to act well in their workplace. Another recommendation is that organizations should adopt this flexibility in their workplace. Like, for instance, hybrid or remote options. Organizations should not specifically place their employee on hybrid or place them on remote working. They should somehow have flexibility in their routine. Today, this organization, this department, so person should come for a work in person. Sometimes they should, have something like shifting, while some will go for routine work. It will help satisfaction, job satisfaction. It will boost their productivity. It will even help the organization to grow well because every employees are being carried along. Another thing is organization also need to consider interpersonal relationship, not minding the culture of anyone. When that interpersonal relationship is being enhanced in the organization, it will help them to relate well with each other. The employees will relate well with each other, and there will be organizational growth in the organization, and there won't be anything like bias in the organization. In conclusion, we found out that emotional intelligence, it plays an important role in the organization because it will help the employees to manage their emotion. It will help the leader to manage his emotion, and as well help other employees to manage, and it will bring collaboration in the organization and enhance job retention. It has inclusion. It also has productivity in the organization, and the employees will be satisfied in the work they are into. Thank you for your audience.